You know, I definitely didn't want to overreact with this character because I think people saw, myself included, people saw headbutt nerf, butt splash nerf, and everyone was like, all right, this character's dead. Like, what's the point? Honda was, even at high levels of play, Honda was largely a two-move character.
Yes.
And those moves got nerfed a lot.
What is going on, guys? Fighting Game Select is here. We are back with some Street Fighter 6 action. I'm here today with jmcrofts. JM, what is good, bro?
Hey, how's it going? Happy to be back on the channel talking about some Street Fighter 6. I feel like this is a pretty exciting time for the game, so I got a lot to say.
We already got top 6 at Evo. You know what I mean? We always use top 6 in Street Fighter 6. So I'm going to ask you, man. You got to name me a couple of losers in Street Fighter 6 right now in this patch.
All right. I'll throw out one who I think she was definitely top tier before. I think she's probably still good, but this patch was not that kind to her. It's Chun-Li.
Yeah, dude. They changed her quite a bit, dude.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like, you know, they recognize that Chun is the queen of footsies. She kind of always has been. And so they they added some whiff punish ability to all her normals. They all have like the extended hurt boxes now, so I think it's going to be easier to counter poker.
You know, one thing I am glad that they really didn't, like, I guess take away from her completely is like her walk speed, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that walk speed is still going in strong, which it should be.
Yeah, I think you know, generally what we expect from Chun is like good walk speed, good normals, but I think one of the other problems with her in this game is like she has those things and she's like low-key one of the like most punishing characters in the game. Like she just destroys you, and so they nerfed that as well. They added like scaling to a lot of her really crazy routes, like standing heavy kick routes, so she's gonna do less damage now too.
Yeah, so that means she has to hit more, she has to hit you more and things like that. It seems like I mean, I kind of like this patch overall in terms of like nerfing the damage, but I would like them to do that for everybody. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are definitely still some characters that that just blow you up.
I think what they tried doing was like let's nerf the damage of like the abusive moves.
Yeah.
And however that is a good idea, it should also work for across the cast.
Yeah, true. We didn't. I mean, like Luke got some damage nerf, but my man is still dealing some real damage.
I mean, Luke is still Luking, bro.
Yeah, he's not gonna appear on this top 6, I don't think.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, honestly, I had like 6 characters that I was thinking about, and I was trying to like process and eliminate them. But honestly, like, if I had to really think about a character that I really, really like, and look, I'm only saying this because, you know, I don't like. I know a lot of people are gonna say like you downplay it, but bro, DJ changes, bro.
I knew that this was gonna come up, considering it's you. Okay,
dude, let me explain to you the biggest. There's like 2 big L's that he got, right? The biggest L, in my opinion, is that the upper kick, it only hits, and the heavy kick, it hits on the 5th frame instead of the 4th. And that's really rough because a lot of punishes are not like, it doesn't work as much anymore. Or like the way it hits, it doesn't catch as like normals as much as it can anymore. And that, I feel like that hit a lot. Right. And not only that, I don't mind like the slowing down already. Like that's fine. You know, the reversal and stuff like that's fine. But I think that was really big, and the icing on the cake. So when he does the sway kick into the low, so how it works is that if they use like an armor move and like it hits it, it doesn't like have the same like frame recovery as if you like blocked it. So that means that like, if you do drive impact, it will always beat the low. It will always be the sway into the kick. And that was like that. I feel like that is the biggest nerf.
Right. So like he can't like have the kick absorbed and then
drive impact back. Nah. Like the only way that will happen if it hits like on the last active frame of it, but like that's gonna be more of an accident this patch than anything else.
I
But
see.
yeah, like, you know, I tried sitting in training mode. I used to be able to do stand heavy punch into the kick low, and like if you do drive impact, I get the impact back. That doesn't work anymore. So like that's gone. And I feel like with all the neutral that he has that's like really strong, you know, they nerf his damage across the board too, but he doesn't really have any ways to like really stop people from like really like challenging him sometimes, that now it doesn't cost, like it doesn't take a risk to stop.
I see. Yeah, like I understand if they want to nerf DJ's damage, like I get it because he was like one of the most damaging characters. But I kind of understand when people are upset at like fun being removed. Like having like cool combo routes is fun. If they want to nerf the damage on them, that's fine. But like I know there's also the aspect of like it builds meter and it corner carries when you have long combos, so that matters too. But I do always think it's a bummer when it's like, oh, we used to be able to do this and now we can't, even if like it's not that huge of a nerf, it still is kind of like a feel bad.
Yeah. And I tell you, like, thankfully some of his routes are still there. I feel like they nerfed a lot of the mid-screen routes. And they were like, oh, if you want to go for this like mid-screen route, then you have to like spend mad resources to like keep the pressure going.
Yeah.
Or like you have to really sacrifice damage. And that's kind of like the philosophy that they went on top of like everything else. And then also, let me talk about the niche, the jumping knee. That's a big nerf too.
Oh yeah, the counter hit thing. Yeah.
They not only that they reduced the attack hitbox on it, but they made it where it's punished counter state.
Yeah.
So that means that if somebody like crouch heavy punch it, bro, it's like can't cool. Believe it or not, even with all these like these crazy nerfs, he's not a bad character. But you feel the losses from this character. It's weird, you know?
Yeah, I definitely understand. I got one who is also not a bad character, but a character that you know, definitely I think is going to be maybe a little less dominant now, and that's Blanca.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I mean, what's funny is like Blanca actually he got a mix. He got buffs and nerfs, but I think the buffs are a little bit more, or the nerfs are a little more important. So like yeah, like all his similar to Chun, like his really strong pokes definitely got nerfed. Like they added recovery on whiff, they added like vulnerable hurt boxes if you whiff. But really the big one, like I think the one that matters more than anything is EX Airball. It used to like pretty much always be plus on block, and now it kind of depends. Now like if you hit really low, you can be like +3. If you hit high, you can be like -1 or even more minus. So like that move, it was definitely really abusable before, because if you think about it, EX Airball beats so many things. It beats throw, it beats shimmy, it beats like if they're baiting a wake up like up ball, it beats that too. Like so it was definitely pretty ridiculous that you had this move that beats all these things and it keeps you in advantage afterwards. But I do think this nerf is gonna hurt a lot. It was probably one of the best moves in the game. Like just this move that you can pretty much always do. The only thing it really loses to is a meaty. Or I guess like they can bait and DP it, but yeah, pretty ridiculous having that and then always being plus afterwards. And oh yeah, the other big nerf was also Blanca-chan. They added a bunch of scaling to Blanca-chan. I guess they don't want you to like two-touch with it anymore, which was that was like the big Twitter argument right before the patch came out, was everyone just sharing Blanca-chan two-touch mix-up kills. So that it might still be possible to two-touch with Blanca, but it definitely seems a lot harder.
Dude, I felt like a week before the patch, like everybody was coming after Mana RD, bro. Like it was like it was personal. Like
it was crazy. Yeah,
it was crazy. Like I was like, damn. Like what happened? Like what caused all this? And it was like, dude, it was simple. It was one simple turn, man. It was block, and like that made people snap. You know.
You know, just take the throw. Take the throw, right? That's all you got to do.
So my next character, man, I've been like, again, I had like 5-6 characters, dude. You know, honestly, when I think about it, just browsing, just reminding myself, bro. You know, I think Ed is a big loser, dude.
Just because he like didn't get anything, right?
Yeah, he didn't get anything, and like to be honest, like I don't think he's like really too bad, and I don't think he's really too good. But it's one of those things where like if a character if a character remains the same and they get like slight changes that doesn't really like extend more cool things to do outside of the things that they were doing before is just not as bad, and then everybody else get changes, I feel like those characters get nerfed because they just get power crept, you know?
They definitely get nerfed also in terms of like people wanting to play them. Like people don't really want to play a character who doesn't get any changes because you look around the cast and you're like, oh, all these shiny new toys, and Ed is still just Ed.
Yeah, it's still just Ed, bro.
He's just Ken,
Ed,
you know.
He's just Ed, you know. So, you know, a big thing for me is like, you know, I think the biggest thing that he got is like I don't know what was Capcom afraid of when they were creating this character, but the fact that his crouch and light punch was like -5 on block.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For that long is crazy. And then they were just like, all right, guys, April Fools, we're gonna make it to -3. So
I have to imagine that it's partly like logistical. Like they were probably developing Ed and this patch at the same time, don't you think?
I feel that way because even when we were playing at the CPT, they were adding the new changes and stuff with Ed.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. They only gave it to like a few characters. So I can understand that. And like, yeah, I think Egg probably came out at the wrong time.
It seems like in the base version they were a little scared of certain 4-frame normals having too much frame advantage, I guess.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but it's crazy though because his crouching light punch is 4, his standing light punch is 4. But I guess because it's the low, then like this is the reward out of it. But even then, I guess 3 is fine. But
yeah, at least, you know, it can't be punished, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna go to the other Ed, and that's Edmund Honda.
Yeah, Edmund Honda. Ooh.
You know, I definitely didn't want to overreact with this character because I think people saw, myself included, people saw headbutt nerf, butt splash nerf, and everyone was like, all right, this character's dead. Like, what's the point? But then, you know, we saw he got a lot of buffs too. Like, he got a lot of good buffs actually. Like, standing medium punch is like really buffed. He can cancel crouching medium kick into powered up hands. He gets hard knockdown on butt splash now. So he got a lot of good buffs. But at the end of the day, Honda was, even at high levels of play, Honda was largely a 2-move character.
Yes.
And those moves got nerfed a lot. So, yeah, I think if people were hoping that Honda would start, you know, making some good tournament placements, getting some top 8s at majors, I actually don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, because the matchups still are, like, hard. And it got
really
harder.
is.
It's gotten harder now because now you can't abuse moves.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everyone was like, well, you know, at low ranks, headbutt and butt splash are so abusable, which is true. But also, like, they were still good moves at high rank. They were still good moves. You just had to also, like, do something else and not just do those 2 moves like you can at, like, silver or whatever.
The funniest part is that you would think that the hard knockdown or butt slam would be, like, super, super good. But, like, it is so easy to not get hit by that move, like, on the ground, that, like, I feel like you only get it off combos anyway. And, like, even then, even before when you got off combos, it was still good.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it is nice because like butt slam, and then you can do like his overhead, and it's like really meaty. Like that's like the one good thing. But yeah, I don't think it's enough. And yeah, like the pushback on butt slam on block is so bad. Right, like it's plus, but you're so far away. It's like who cares? Like I'll have to check if crouching medium kick reaches, but I don't think it does. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think crouching medium kick reaches there. On the one hand, I'm sad because, yeah, it's like one less character that is viable at tournament level. Like, okay, yeah, he's viable, but, you know, I don't think we're going to see Honda
viable in rank.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see Honda making top 8 at EVO, but I would love to be proven wrong. Well, although I shouldn't ask for this because I actually hate fighting Honda, so maybe it's good that he's bad.
That's a good character.
Who you got?
Yeah, bro. I think I have to give it to Dawson, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, this is my main, Chad.
I know. I had to say it for you.
You're representing both of our mains here. I appreciate. Well, you know, actually, I don't think he's the main anymore. I think I'm becoming an Aki main.
You know, that is a winner right there.
I think Aki is really cheap. She got about 18,000 buffs, and Dalsum got about what, 1?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
Guess what, man? Your fireball can be charged faster.
Yeah, that's true. And he can combo stand roundhouse, drive rush, crouching medium punch. So he could.
Wow. I thought he could do that already.
No, I don't think it comboed before. I think they increased the frame advantage.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, that's
but
good.
Other than that,
yeah, you got routes now. But other than that, nothing changed about the character.
Yeah, outside of like, I do think Wake Up Drive Reversal is good. He is a character that did not have a reversal until level 2 super. And level 2 reversal is kind of shady to use anyway. They could duck under it. So, Wake Up Drive Reversal is nice, but also, is Wake Up Drive Reversal like even good? I'm kind of questioning that.
From what I've done, no, it's not.
It's too easy to bait, right?
Yeah, it's too easy. I think the new drive reversal as a whole, I think it's better dealing with button drive rush than doing like, it's better to deal with that than to do on defense as a wake up option.
Right, like it beats throw, but it doesn't beat like jab or like.
Yeah, it doesn't beat medium.
Can you safe mediate with mediums or only jabs?
Only jabs depending on the scenario. And
yeah,
honestly,
still,
you get a crazy punish because you got option select with jab into parry. So if you press jab and you press parry immediately, the freeze frame will, after the jab will recover, it will prioritize the parry, and you'll get regular parry. And reason why that's so good is because it's less pushback, and you get meter from parrying the drive reverse.
And they're -6.
Yeah,
so,
they're
most
-6.
characters are gonna get medium punish counter.
And yeah, and if you're Akuma, then you win the game.
Bro, I would imagine, like Akuma does like a safe jump, wake up drive reversal, he just parries it, does like 60%. Okay, I don't want to think about this anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Dolphin got hit.
No.
Yeah, Dolphin gone, bro. It's good that you moved on, bro.
I think a lot of recent games have kind of been tough for like these normal zoner type characters. Like I kind of felt the same way in Strive, where I'm like, Axel is in like a tricky risk reward situation where this is a game that you just like explode in one touch, and that's kind of how I feel about SF6. It's like, yeah, if you get hit by like some normal drive rush cancel like into a combo, they're gonna do a lot more. Like you're gonna have to land a lot of anti-air back fierces to make up for that damage.
I agree, dude. And then a thing about it too, it's like, well, let's say for example, Dawson is like down and out. Like it's really hard for him to come back.
Yes, that is
like
very
he has
true.
like you have to be a strategic player, and like when I mean strategic, like you got to be working overtime.
Yeah.
To like against certain characters to like really like maximize like coming back, versus like other characters, you get that one confirm and it's like, all right, well I'm cashing out.
Yeah, I think one of Dalsum's biggest advantages is if he burns the opponent out, he's really crazy. But yeah, if you're like losing, the opponent's probably not that close to getting burned out. It was kind of the same with Aki before, right? Like she's really amazing when they're burned out. But it wasn't until now where it was like, oh, I can actually like win neutral and like actually force the opponent onto the back foot and get them burnt out.
Right, exactly. So yeah, that's my 3, bro. I'm sorry that I had to bring your boy with me, dog.
Listen, I respect it. Maybe someday I'll go back to him, but for now, there's just too many other there's too many other characters that are just feasting.
Yeah, dude, Akuma's one of them.
Yeah. I haven't learned Akuma yet, but I might have to seeing how ridiculous this character is.
He's a very fun character to learn. Man, I be having like some nights sometimes where I be thinking, I was like, man, I should tweet like, yo, honestly, like as I sat in the lab, I think as the meta evolves, Akuma's going to be bottom 5. I be wanting to say that just to have people wake up in the morning and get their adrenaline going, bro.
The engagement on that would be great.
Yeah, bro. Don't even use Twitter until I upload like my next video.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just log off.
Yeah, don't even look.
Oh my god.
But that's our 3 characters, man. That's our 6 characters that we feel like is the best losers. The best losers. The biggest losers. With that being said, man, thank you so much for coming here. But where can they find you?
YouTube.com/jmcrofts. That's about it.
Yeah, dude. You say you selling some merch?
Oh yeah, jmcroftsmerch.com. If you guys want, I got some new stuff coming, and everything is limited run, so make sure you buy it before it sells out.
Hey, I like the sound of that, dog. Let us know if I'm downplaying, because I know everybody wants to come at me and downplaying. It's okay. I take that role. All right? So I'm taking the role, but I'm just being honest. But let us know in the comment section below, man. You can be honest with me. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.